Hello friends, welcome to Antares Game Studio. My name is Karthik. I'm an indie game developer currently working on a 2D game project. The updates of that project, I'm going to show it in my upcoming tutorials. When I started making my game, all I wanted was my own characters in my game. These characters mostly I was getting through AI tools using prompts. But when I wanted to convert these images into spreadsheet, I had difficulties that these AI generated characters were having mostly distorted body parts with uneven color grading. And to animate manually, I needed to define the weights to the image body parts. And to define the structure of spreadsheet, manually I needed to add each image to the spreadsheet. Probably you might be facing the same issues. If so, then this tutorial I am going to reduce your burden and make this spreadsheet in easy way. So please follow along with me.
Whenever you are working on a 2D game and select your image for the 2D game that you want to make a spreadsheet out of it, then make sure that the image should be parallel to x-axis. Otherwise, it is difficult to move your character in the 2D background. To begin with Photoshop, here you can see my AI generated image. First I clean all the background of this image, and to begin with layering, first I am going to duplicate my image into two layers. So one layer I am calling it as main layer, and another layer I am calling it as backup layer. So mostly I'll be working on main layer, and backup layer is just for backup. If you can observe, the body parts of my character are hidden. You can see that only one hand is visible and another hand is behind the body. Thigh of each leg is not visible. The neck is not visible. So for my animation, I need full extended body parts. To do this, I am going to use Photoshop, where I'll be mostly using lasso tool, stamp tool and eraser tool to extend my each body part. So please follow along with me. Here completes making layers of my image body parts. Further, I'll take it for animation using an animation software. Here is the animation software called Moho that I'm going to use it for animation. I have tried at least 4 to 5 animation softwares, but problem with that animation softwares were that you need to define manually the influence of body parts on each other using weights, geometry, and etc. And it was consuming lot of time. But in Moho, the difficulty is not there. How? That I'm going to explain in few seconds. Here is the Moho website, and link for the website I'll post it in the description. When you visit the website, you can see try option and buy option. In try option, you can use software for 30 days on trial basis, and in buy option, you can purchase it based on your requirement. For more details, please read the content of the website. Whenever you open Moho application firstly, every time, for the reference it will open existing animation with it. So you can go through that animation and check how the animation is done. But right now I don't need this animation. I'm just going to close it, and I'm going to just import my PST file that I created for my image. The PST file that I created for my image with separated body parts with the name Cumin, I'm going to drag and drop in my Moho application. When I do that, it will throw me 3 options. So I'm going to select individually as an option because I want to animate my image with its separated body parts. As you can see, my image is separated with all the body parts. Whenever I click any image, so the respective body part will be highlighted, and if I click on the folder containing all the body parts, so all the body parts will be selected, and using cursor I can just zoom it in so that I can clearly see all the body parts of the image. If I little bit zoom in towards my image, all I can see is that my image is not properly cleaned while making the layers. Now I'm going to open my PST file which is there in the Moho application. So if I make any changes in my Photoshop, now that directly influencing the image file which is there in the Moho application. I'll make one more layer below all the layers present in the Photoshop. For that layer I'll make one background with 50% gray so that I can clearly see where and all my extra color is present, so that I can clean it up in the Photoshop. So whatever the cleaning I make in the Photoshop, so that will be cleaned directly in the Moho application where my image is present. After deleting all the external color present in the Photoshop and deleting the layer with the gray background and saving the PST file in the Photoshop, now I come back to Moho application. Initially you can see that there is no option to create bone structure to my image body parts, but if I right click on the folder containing all my image body parts and select the option convert to bone, now you can see that there are 2 symbols with bone icons. So using these 2 tools I can create bone structure to my image. Going forward, I'm going to create bone structure to my image containing all the body parts. So please follow along with me to know how you can create the bone structure to your image also.
Here completes creating bone structure to my image body parts. Now if I click on bone strength tool present in toolbar, the software automatically creates bone strength to each body part automatically. This is what I was telling, that this software bypasses manual adjustment of bone strength to each body part and saves lot of time. Now I am going to select all bones using shortcut Ctrl A and adjust inform bone strength as 0.1 to all my bones except the main bone, where I am going to adjust it as 0 because this bone I am just using for positioning of my image. Now I can move each body part easily, but some parts like arm, foot and head needs to be moved within the constrained angle, otherwise the movement looks weird. So now I set angle to these parts to adjust the rotation. So please follow along with me. Now angle of rotation is set to foot, palm and head. Now I'll add inverse kinetics known as IK to legs, meaning I'm going to add bone to each leg with 0 bone strength, and if I move that IK bone, automatically my leg will move. This IK helps me to position my legs and help me to animate. This IK you can add to hands, but for this tutorial it is not needed to my hands. Now I am zooming towards my foot and just add one dot bone and assign the bone that I want IK to this dot bone in bone constraint drop down. And if I move that dot bone, automatically the whole leg moves. Once IK is set, it is time to animate. You can see the timeline in number of frames. 0 timelines means it is our ideal position and actual animation begins from the first frame. Before animation, if I check my image body part movement, all I can see is that my image is bending improperly. If ever it happens that bending is improper, then set the bending properly at the beginning before starting the animation. This bending can be set easily just by first selecting the transform bone tool and select the bone which is bending improperly. Then just drag opposite direction of the improper bending. This will bend correctly. Once the bending is set correctly, now I selected number of frames for animation as 12 and you can set the number of frames according to your requirement. Here I am performing sitting and standing animation and 12 frames are ideal for me. Initially first frame I set it as sitting position and copy that same keyframe at 12th keyframe position. This makes my animation in loop. In the 6th frame position I will make my image to stand and also I alter the hand position to make movement better. Using this idea of animation, you can try other animations like walk, jump, attack, etc. Once the animation completes and if you are satisfied with animation, then just you need to get the animation sequence in images. To get this animation image sequence, just click on file, then select export animation, then add start and end of your animation to get the frames. Select the folder you want to save and click on OK. If I go to the folder where I set my output folder for my animation, I can see the images in the sequence for my animation. To get spreadsheet for your animation, you need the software called Gimp, which is a free software. To download this software, I'll post the link in the description. Once you download and install this software, all you need is a plugin called Tilemancer. Link to this plugin, I'll also put it in the description. Once you download the zip file of this plugin, unzip that file and save wherever you want. After that, go to your Gimp software, click on edit option from the menu and select preferences from the drop down. After that, drag down till you get the option as folder. Open that folder option, then you see option as scripts. In that scripts, just add the path of your plugin that you saved in your desktop and reopen the Gimp software. Now you are ready to get spreadsheet in one click for the images. After opening Gimp software, click on file option from menu and select open as layers option from the drop down. Here you need to go to folder where you saved your images, select whatever the images you want for animation, then click open. It will open the selected images in the Gimp. Now to get spreadsheet for the selected images, click on filters option from menu and click on animation option from the drop down. There you see option as Tilemancer. Just click on it. Boom, you get the spreadsheet ready. This spreadsheet you can save it as a PNG or any other format by clicking on file option and select export as option and click on OK. Now we are edge of this video. If you learned anything from this video, please subscribe to my channel. This motivates me to bring new content. Thank you friends. Take care. Bye bye.